Let's go to our man Jack Gleason from Major League Trading, as we do every Thursday at 10:40 in the morning. Jack, good morning. Welcome back to TFNN.
Good morning, guys. How's it going? Sorry, I was super busy trading this morning, so I didn't get a chance to send over too much. I'm whipping some things up right now.
No worries. That's why we love to have you on, man, because you're right in the thick of things, trading, looking at those markets. So what have you had going on this morning? Why don't we start there? That's perfect. What have you been trading?
I was looking at the NASDAQ here. Obviously, we came into some, we had some lows taken out in the overnight session. It was perfect in the S&P, I believe the Dow too, but the NASDAQ was holding strong this morning. Obviously, you have the back of Apple on it and gunning for, I think it just hit it like 20 or less minutes ago, first $1 trillion publicly traded company. Fantastic.
You know what?
Right now,
so I hate to burst your bubble, man, but all those share buybacks that Apple is doing, they bumped up the price to $207.05 to hit that $1 trillion mark. So put the balloons back in the ceiling, man, and we're waiting for that to hit the 207 number. Isn't that funny, Jack? I read that article last night in the Den. We're talking about it this morning, and they're giving that money back to their shareholders in terms of buybacks, and that reduced the amount of shares, and so they had to up the price to $207.05, I believe.
Oh, darn. Yeah, I thought for some reason, I'm looking at the older calculators.
No, I did the same thing. It just happened, really, on their earnings call. That's what, from announcing the share buybacks. But nonetheless, man, what a company, right? I was talking to Kevin Higgs from TD Ameritrade earlier. You can't help but just the services that they're growing 30+% in terms of not even hitting the amount of units on their iPhones they want to sell, and just a powerhouse, man, in that NASDAQ.
Yeah, I mean, they got me as a customer. I
me
got
too,
the AirPods.
man.
I helped them beat on that number. Got the iPhone X on an iMac.
Dude, nice. I got the 8 Plus. I got the AirPods in my ears, right? I'm looking at a watch. I know it's not a bad company to be a part of. So, Jack, I got your chart here on the S&P, and I see you got some fib levels on there. What are we looking for the S&P?
Yep, got some fib levels. So once again, this is one of those high-to-high extension sequences. We had a first test of this level on Monday, and then this morning we were opening below it, which I love to see, to be honest, on a second test. We came back into like the low area of Tuesday the 17th. There was a nice rally. I want to say that was Netflix's earnings, but I'm not positive, but we retested those levels. Really got a rocket ship out of here. This is going to target up towards 28.73, so that's where you want to be looking on the higher time frame. On the other side of that, we have held the halfway back short from the high. So that's just another level to be aware of, and that's from the high of the 25th to low. That gives us a 28.23 resistance level. So we're going to need to be able to see the S&P get through that to move up towards that target. If you guys remember last week, the level I gave you in the NASDAQ, and then what we had Amazon earnings right after that. Well, Amazon earnings came out. That level I gave you guys, it was like a 73.65 from last week's show.
Okay.
We traded Amazon's earnings. We traded 73.63 and then ripped straight up 100 and some points. But the next day we ended up breaking that level. But it was cool to have that level and then see the following reaction in the NASDAQ. But,
the NASDAQ really just has been, talk about volatility, man. Just like you were saying, I can understand this morning. Would we go from 72.20 around the open all the way up to almost 73.20 in the span of about an hour and a half?
Yeah, I was looking at a 30-day hour chart in the S&P too, and I was like, when's the last time we had an opening candle that was as strong as today? And I couldn't find one over the last 30 days. There was a couple with bigger ranges, but not that closed with that big of a price spread. I think that there was, on the reversal candle, the high on the 25th, it was 18.5-point range, but that was just a huge move off the open, and we'll see if we can continue.
Pretty remarkable. So I have oil as well. Talk about something else with some volatility recently, even as recent as this morning. Basil and I were chatting about it. Man, so talk to me about all the levels you got here for the oil chart.
Yeah, so that 67 level I've been waiting for like 4 or 5 days, so I was happy to see that trade in the overnight session.
I remember that. That was on the chart. That was on the chart last week as well, right?
Yeah, I think it might have been on the chart
definitely,
last week.
Yeah. Okay.
So patience plays there. I was just like, wait. I'm like, come on.
No, definitely.
Going to Papa. Anyway, that was really, I always pay attention to it, and you can go back and just look at the chart from the 19th of July. You see that huge move. That was a Thursday. I'm not sure if there was an oil report that Thursday or what created that move.
Yeah.
But that retest of those zones where you have those reversals are always solid opportunities to get long. So that's what we had trade here today. I'm thinking with this move here, I'd like to see us actually get all the way above the most recent swing high we had on Monday and trade like I have a level right at that red box zone. Call it 70. 75 area.
Sure, we're looking at it. Yep, right up, kind of above where we're at on Monday. Yes.
Yeah, so that's where I'd really expect. Like, if we get a hard continuation, there's going to be a little bit of resistance at this 68.70, which is the full halfway back short from the high of the week to low. So that is definitely a playable level, especially on a first test. We had natural gas inventory report today, which a lot of times will move oil. I love to see oil set up with nat gas inventories on the Thursday, because a lot of times, like yesterday, the inventory report came out in oil and we did nothing. I mean, it was just like, you know, it was the weakest reaction I've seen in a while. Today, you know, whether it's nat gas inventories that are affected or not, the fact we traded that support level and then had those nat gas inventories. I don't know. Did you see what nat gas did? I haven't actually.
You know, we didn't pull up the number, but I did see natural gas spiking higher. So we traded from about let me get the chart. It was 275 prior to the number. It traded to 277 right before the number, Jack, and then it shot up to about 279 on the initial number. And to see where we're trading at right now, I don't know where it came in at, though. We didn't quite get there, but let's just see where natural gas, I'm curious where it's trading. Yeah, 279.
So, I mean, that's a move right there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a quick move. It actually went from 296 to 276 to 279 on the split-second news that did come in. So maybe there's a little bit less in terms of inventory than they might have thought coming into that market.
Yeah, I wish I would have been watching that one here today, but what a great...
it's tough, right? When the NASDAQ shooting through the moon at the same time as possibly natural gas.
I got all these screens. I can't look at them all.
It's amazing that we're almost coming to accept, 1% moves. I mean, and you still have the VIX. Not bad, right? VIX at like 14 with the type of volatility we've been getting. Very low volatility premium in this market. So, Jack, tell people real quick, Major League Trading, I know they can go over there, get a free newsletter from you guys, and what do they get when they sign up for that?
Yeah, so we send out, I do free videos, everything from basic strategy, like, teaching people candlesticks that are completely new to the market. And then I'll do videos a few times a week. Well, kind of do the same thing I'm coming on with you guys, talking about levels that I'm potentially looking at as support or resistance, higher time frame targets you want to be aware of that could either stall the market or hold it firm. So that's basically what that is. Also have a YouTube channel, ton of great content on there, just like you guys. And so you can check that out as well. But yeah, feel free to go over to our website, MajorLeagueTrading.com, drop your name and email in, and I'll send you some good stuff.
Nice. Folks, check that out. And of course, you can check out right under breaking news at TFNN. You'll see Nadex Education, Nadex Market News. Jack's over there doing some great writing, some great education for Nadex as well. Jack, always a pleasure, man. Good luck. Thanks for fitting in some time during that busy morning of trading, and have yourself a great weekend, man. We look forward to talking to you.
Guys. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jack. Take care, man.